Hi again, I'm Jennifer Roskamp, and you have seen a lot of me in the past 10 days. In the past 10 days, I have created 3 videos that are geared towards busy women, because I know that we're all busy women, and busy women are out there, and they're busy for a variety of reasons. So I've created a 3-part series where I was sharing some of the tips I have for busy women and how they can start to take control of their life. So in the first video, I asked you guys 3 questions. I asked, what if you could wake up in the morning and not feel like you want to run from your day? What if you woke up in the morning and you didn't feel exhausted before your day even started? The second question I asked is, what if in the midst of your day, you felt like you actually had some control over your day? What if you didn't feel like you were just along for the ride? And then the third question was, what if you could get to the end of the day and actually feel accomplished and feel content? Wouldn't that transform your day? Wouldn't that transform the way you looked at yourself? Wouldn't that transform the way you responded and interacted with other people? Wouldn't that, in many ways, transform your life? And I'm guessing that it would. And so that's what we talked about. Those are the 3 questions. And then in the videos, I went on to help you with each one of those things. So, I guess I taught you 3 different ways to help you deal with those things. In the first video, I talked about how a skill that I still use when my life starts to feel overwhelming. When I get things bombarding me from all different sides and I feel like, oh my gosh, how am I going to handle all of this? I have so much to do and I have no idea how to do any of it. And I just want to bury my head in the sand. So I shared with you a skill that I use still every day, like this week even, when that happens, because it happens a lot. So that's what we did in the first video. And then in the second video, another thing I know about busy women is, in general, we all feel like we don't have enough time. There's not enough time. We need more time in our day. And so I shared some of the ways that some of the things that we can do. See, we don't even realize that we let things steal our time by the way that we go about our day. And so I shared 5 different ways that you can make small changes that are going to help you take back some of that time. And when you proactively do those things that I shared in the second video, you'll magically have a little bit more time. Time to not only do the things that you have to do, but time to hopefully be able to do some of the things that you want to do. Because as a busy woman, I know that our lives can be so much filled with the have-to-dos that we don't even come close to having time to do any of the want-to-dos. And so hopefully through watching that video, you learned some awesome ways that you can get some more time to do some of the want-to-dos in your life. Okay? And then in the third video, I talked about some ways that you can proactively approach your day, how you can look at your day differently, breaking your day into smaller segments so that these long days don't feel so long. And not only that, using that same skill, I kind of taught you how to press the reset button on your day, right? Things go wrong. Our days can be a train wreck. But when you use the skill I taught you in the third video, you don't have to carry around that train wreck all day. It really is a skill that you can use to do what I call the reboot or the reset, when you are really honestly just putting that, whatever happened before, you're putting that behind you and you are going to look forward now. We had to deal with that a little bit, whatever ramifications came as a result of that train wreck, but now we've dealt with those and we're ready to move forward. And so that's a lot of what I shared with you in the third video. But that was only the beginning of what I've really been focused on over the last 6 months or so, when I've really been wanting to get to the heart of what busy women deal with. And so when people hear that I'm a busy, working, homeschooling mom of 8, the question I get most often is, how do you do that all? And as I started to listen to busy women, I realized that we really share a lot of the same struggles, a lot of the same frustrations, a lot of the same demands that really we feel like we can't meet. And so I realized that we all are so similar, and that has been such an eye-opening experience for me. So we all tend to feel alone. We all feel ill-equipped. We all feel frustrated. And those are common things that we as women, and especially as busy women, feel. And so I really wanted to go about finding a way to try to break down how do I do it all? Because I had to decide long ago that I got really tired of being on the sinking end of the sink or swim or swim equation. That was a tongue twister for me. I wanted to be on the swimming end. And so I really started to break down how I managed to do that. And so this is why I created the Take Charge of Your Own Life experience. Because really, we all want to be able to deal with the overwhelm. We all want to be able to deal with the frustration. We all want to be able to overcome that feeling of overwhelm and that feeling of out of control, and we want to do it well. Really? What do all women want, especially busy women? What do we all want? We all want to be happy. That's really what we all want at the heart of it. And we want to feel like we're fulfilling our calling. We want to feel like we're the who we want to be. We want to feel like we're the best version of ourselves. And so all of that is wrapped up into the hearts of women. It's all on the hearts of women these days. As I've really surveyed, asked questions, gotten to know women, this is the heartbeat of women. So if this is where you find yourself, you're not alone. And that's why I wanted to create this whole experience. So better than a book, better than a class, better than a webinar or a seminar, this is an experience, and we're going to be doing it all together. Did you catch that? Yes, together. You're not going to be going this alone. I don't know if you're like me, but I can buy a book, I can buy access into a class, and I'm really excited to get going. And I get going and I get started and I'm learning all kinds of awesome things. And then life happens and I fall off the wagon and I don't ever finish the book. I don't ever finish the course. And it's not because there's anything wrong with those things, but it's just because I lose my drive. I lose my ability to focus on the things that I know really will help me and enrich my life. But life just kind of comes in and takes over and it diverts my attention. And the next thing I know, I forgot I've had that book. Or that class or that course or whatever it is. So with this experience, we're all going to be there for each other, for support, encouragement, but also for accountability. There is such an amazing piece of the puzzle in getting things done when you have somebody to be accountable to. A lot of times that's what's missing. If you've listened to me live broadcast at all, you know I'm big on accountability partners, and this is kind of like that. It's kind of like a community. It's kind of like a mastermind group because you're going to be in this experience with people who are trying to do the same thing. They're trying to become the best versions of themselves. They're trying to take control of their own life just like you. And so it's kind of the best of all of the worlds rolled into one. And that's why I'm so excited about it. So when you choose to join into this experience, you're going to be able to download an awesome workbook. No, actually, the workbook isn't really all that awesome. It's everything that comes after the workbook that's pretty awesome. So what is it? After you purchase your workbook, you'll get access into a private Facebook group. And it's in that private Facebook group where the workbook is just a workbook. It's not going to mean a whole lot to you because in the Facebook group is where I'm going to be doing live broadcasting for an hour. Every one of those 4 weeks that we're together, a 1-hour live broadcast there. What's great about that is that you can ask questions, make comments, get clarification while I'm teaching. If you're there live, if you're not there live and you're watching it on your own time, you can still make comments and ask questions. So that's the great thing about live broadcasting as opposed to watching a webinar or watching an online course is it's interactive. And then with the Facebook group, you're going to be able to ask questions throughout the week too. So we're doing the live broadcasting once a week, but we're going to be meeting there all the time. It's going to be the place you can come to share your accomplishments, to share your struggles and say, hey, I'm having a really hard time with what we learned this week. How are you guys doing this? Ask me, how do I do this again? It's going to be a great place to just be able to get the hands-on attention that you need to really bring about this transformational change that you're wanting in your life, that control that we all want. We can't control everything about life. We can't control the circumstances that happen to us, but we can control how well equipped we are to deal with them. And so during this 4 weeks that we're together, I'm actually not going to be live broadcasting anywhere else. For the first time in 2 years, I'm not going to be live broadcasting anywhere on Periscope or Facebook, except for in that Facebook group, because I want my focus to be there. My focus is going to be 100% almost there throughout the 4 weeks we're together. I'm not going to be doing, I've got everything preloaded, or a lot of my blog stuff preloaded. That's where I'm going to be. I want it to be an intimate setting. I want to really get to know the people who are there. I want to really get to know what you're dealing with what we're learning about. I want to learn how, I want to be able to help you accomplish what you want to accomplish as it pertains to what we're learning. And we're all going to be learning how to take charge of our own life. So that's going to be where it's at. So I'm going to be able to devote my full attention to everybody who is there. So it's kind of like a class in a mastermind group and a private coaching session, which I've done a lot of, kind of all rolled into one. So what are we going to be talking about? Week 1, we're going to be talking about who am I and how can I become the best version of me. That's what we're talking about in week 1. Week 2, we're talking about I don't even know where to start. It's kind of dealing with that whole idea of overwhelm again. And then the week 3, we're going to deal with this idea, this concept that I hear from women over and over again, which is I just feel so out of control with everything. I feel like everything is out of control. And so we're going to be talking about the 3 most common areas that everybody, all these women I've surveyed over 6 months have told me they feel out of control with. So I'm guessing they'll resonate with you too. So that's week 3. And week 4, here's the really awesome thing. Week 4, we're going to decide in the group what we're going to learn in group 4, in week 4. You guys are going to decide. We're going to take everything that we've learned in week 3, in those 3 weeks, and we're going to say, you know, I really want to learn this still. Or can we go and explore this further? As a group, we're going to talk about, you guys are going to talk about what you want me to teach you in week 4. So in that way, you kind of have a hands-on part in what you're going to be learning, which I'm really excited about that part. I think that part is really awesome. So here's the thing though, in order to be able to accomplish everything I want to accomplish with it, which is the intimate setting, the ability for me to really get to know the people who are in the group, the ability for the people in the group to be able to form relationships that could even extend far beyond the 4 weeks that we meet together, I need to keep the size extremely limited. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. This group, this experience is going to be extremely limited, so your opportunity to take advantage of it is going to be extremely small. So when you go to sign up for the experience, you're going to see a 5-day countdown timer. It's going to be a little bit less than 5 days. I've set it to only last 5 days, but I'm guessing we're not even going to come anywhere close to that 5 days. I will be cutting it off long before then in order to keep the group size small. With as many people as have been watching me on Periscope and Facebook live broadcasting over the last couple of years, I have a huge live broadcasting community. That's why I know we're not going to get to that 5-day. So if you want in on this group, I wouldn't wait. I would jump pretty quickly at that. One of the awesome things about this too is that this is the beta group. And if you don't know what a beta group means, it basically means you're a charter member of this experience. It's the first time I'm doing it. So the rate is going to be much, much lower than it ever will be again. So that's kind of the cool thing about being part of the beta group too. The thing you need to keep in mind, though, is that it's extremely limited. So what is it going to cost? It's $45 for 4 weeks. So really, if you break that down, it's $11 a week for you to get basically a bag of tricks to learn how to take control of your life and be able to travel the waters that get thrown at you every day. You're going to learn how to navigate through every day better. Because like I said, if there's one thing I've learned over the last several years, it's how to navigate through my daily life without feeling like I want to run from my day when it starts, without feeling like in the midst of my day, I'm ready for my day to just be over. And then I'm able to get to the end of the day and not feel like I really just want a big do-over. And so that's going to be what you experience through the group. You're going to really be able to transform your life in such a positive way. So what you're going to do is you have to click on the link that's below this video, and that's going to take you to the page where you can purchase your workbook. But again, remember the workbook isn't really anything all that great. And it's not really going to mean a whole lot to you because you're going to be learning from the live teaching. That's going to take place for 1 hour during the weeks that we are together. It's going to be in the evening, but you'll be able to watch it on your own time if that doesn't work. I'm thinking it's going to be a Monday evening. So Monday evenings, we'll meet in the Facebook group for a 1 hour live teaching. We'll go through the workbook together. You guys can ask questions. You're not going to have this unfinished workbook. I'm not going to let you do it. And neither is anybody else in the group. So you just need to click on the link below this page, and that's going to take you to the page, the link below this video, which is going to take you to the page where you can purchase your workbook. And if you're actually watching this video from that page already, all you need to do is click on the Buy Now button, and that will get you what you need. So I look so forward to getting to know you guys better in the group. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment below the video and I will do my best to answer them. You can also email me at theintentionalmomblog@gmail.com and I can answer your questions there. I'm so excited. I am so excited that you are going to finally realize and take charge of being worth learning what you need to learn in order to feel more content in your life because that's a great thing. So I'll see you in the group. Bye-bye.